Two Sheds Gabby back for another copper hoarding hunt. I stopped by, well, when I picked up the $50, I also picked up a box of pennies. And I was so excited, ready to get started on them today. And they're all 2023s. So that was disappointing. But fortunately, my wife had to get out today. And I asked her to stop and pick me up a box. And she did. And they're not all 2023, so I've got something to do. And what is it I look for every time? 3 pounds of copper and 10 wheat pennies. That's my goal. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. While I was on my trip, on my way out to Phoenix, I had put all of my copper hoarding stuff, my today's copper, my zinc, my 82 jar, my scales, and my knife, and all in this box. And I put it in the back of the truck because there wasn't a lot of room in the cab. And my load shifted and crushed the box. Fortunately, none of these things got broken, but it smashed up my box pretty good. And so I guess I'll have to go out and buy me another box of Velveeta here pretty soon and replace the today's copper box. Anyway, let's get started and see if we can find my 3 pounds and my 10 wheat pennies today. Well, I just opened the roll, and the second penny I got to had a Wyoming stamp on it. That's pretty cool. I have found several states now. I hope I can find where I have them all put. I probably have them in about 2 different places. But that was fun. I like finding those things. Did you catch that? I had the wrong mat. That was the wrong mat. I don't remember what movie it was, but some years ago, I saw a movie where a coach was getting ready to say a prayer before a game. And I think he started like the dinner prayer or something, and he stopped. That was the wrong prayer. Anyway, that was funny. I found my first wheat penny in the first row. 1940. Very cool start. 74S. I'll put that aside. I keep some of the S's. I probably have more than I need, but I'm sure I do. But I just like finding them. Nope, 82, missed my jar. Another 82. Come on, copper. Also, in this first row, I find a Canadian. It's the 12-sided. Means it's copper. 1982. Man, that was a good roll. Oh, no, this is the second roll. My bad. I'm in the second roll now. The first roll had, I think, 8 coppers. This is my 6th row, and here is wheat penny number 2. 1944, Philly. The last couple rolls, I've only gotten 5 coppers. I've been winning my 83s because I read it wasn't long ago. They found another one and get y'all excited. I don't think I'll ever find one. Oh, yeah, by the way, I've weighed up my coppers so far for this year. And I'm not putting them in the little bags right now. I think maybe just so I can keep track, because my goal for this year is 260 pounds. And it's not going to be easy to do. So far, I have just a hair under 12 pounds. And we'll see what we add to it today. I'm hoping I can get 13 pounds in a box. This is right at 12, so I feel confident I can get at least 1 more pound in there. And that's how we'll stack them for this year. And I'll put copper on there, and I'll put the year on it, so keep track of the 2024s. I practically just started my 10th roll, and here is wheat penny number 3, 1958D. There's a fine looking specimen. Hey, wheat penny number 4, cool beans. 52D. There's 4. 82. And there's my second 09. Nine coppers that time. That last gnarly penny that I found when I dropped it, I thought, that's got a funny sound. So I weighed it, and it is copper, so it'll go in the copper box. I hope you can see the rainbow on this guy. Man, that's really cool. Oh, wow. Less on the front. But that back is really, really cool. The 15th roll, I found another 12-sided Canadian, 1984. That's 2 of the copper Canadians I found. Now in the 16th roll, I found another Canadian copper, and this is an older one, 1961. Look at what I found in the 17th roll. Can you see it? It's a dime. I love finding dimes in penny rolls. Yeah, that's where you make that profit. In the same roll with the dime, I found another Canadian copper, and this is the 12-sided. This is my 4th Canadian copper in this box. 1994. Cool. So I have a cousin who is in rehab. He's been in and out of the hospital a lot lately, and I stopped by to see him yesterday, and he told me a silly joke, so I'll pass it along. There's this fella out hitchhiking. He was out there for a little while, and finally, a car comes along, pulls over, gives the guy a ride. So they're driving down the road a little ways, and the driver says, "Hey, open up that glove box." So he opens the glove box. Did you see that bottle? He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's moonshine." He goes, "Okay." He goes, "Take it out, take a drink." He goes, "No, no thanks." The guy pulled a gun out of his pocket and held it up on him and said, "Now take a big drink." And the guy took a drink. He started coughing. He goes, "That's terrible." And the driver just started laughing. After about another minute or so, he handed the hitchhiker the pistol. And the guy looked at him. He goes, "Now you hold it on me and force me to drink." Pretty silly. Why do I repeat silly things like that? This is the end of the 18th roll in the first half of this box. And there's wheat penny number 5. Very cool. What do we got there? Warren, I believe that says 30. I can't tell for sure. Is that a 50 that's just messed up? I don't know. I'll try to get a closer look at it in a minute. Hey, that last roll, I was picking up the copper pennies to put in the box, and I dropped one. And when I went down to pick it up, I picked up 2. Maybe I need to drop another one. Here's the 20th roll, and wheat penny number 6. Not bad. 48, Philadelphia. I think I'm maybe close to getting the 3 pounds. I think I've been averaging my 9 each time, approximately. Years ago, I read a book called Cinderella Liberty about a guy in the Navy that had lost his paperwork, and he had to stay on shore in this military hospital until they found his paperwork. I'll catch back up on the story the next row. Okay, so this Navy guy, they lost somebody somewhere lost all his paperwork, and he was stationed in this hospital until they found it, and they put him on what they called Cinderella Liberty, and that was where he could get up every morning and he could leave the hospital and do whatever he wanted to do, but he had to be back by midnight, and that's what they called Cinderella Liberty. But during the course of the book, the guy's telling the story, and he's talking about life on the ship, and he said that there's just cockroaches everywhere on these ships. And they said anytime you stepped on one, then you'd find that two would take its place. And so it became a custom on these ships to not step on the cockroaches because one was better than two. I enjoyed that book. A lot of 82s this box. I just came across this penny that's way off center. I mean, you can tell there's no rim on this side, and there's a big one over on this side, but it's so beat up, I don't think it'd be worth anything. Terrible condition. That's a shame. Hey, look, I just found another Alaska. I think this is at least the second one of those I found. Well, that's pretty neat. I'll put that away. Try to round up all my state ones one of these days. I've weighed several more 83s, and I've looked at several 2023s, and I haven't found anything. I just went through the 25th roll. I got 12 copper pennies in that one. I've got 6 wheat, so for the second half, all I need is 4 to get my 10. So I think I'm pretty close to online to getting the 3 pounds. But it's time for me to take a break. I think I'm going to make a pot of popcorn. Eat me a bowl of popcorn with my wife. So y'all stick around a little while. I'll be back in a minute. I'm in the second half now. It's the end of the third row, and I have found, oh goodness, my 7th wheat penny, 1946. Another Philly. Very cool. My popcorn was wonderful. I make good popcorn. $14 coppers in that row. Pretty cool. This is the 7th roll in the second half, and here is a 51D, and it's wheat penny number 8. It's a nice looking coin. Number 8. $83. Let's weigh that guy. Zinc. Pretty yucky looking. $82. This is the next roll, the 8th roll, and there is wheat penny number 9. I'm starting to think I'm going to get my 10. 56D. There's 9 wheat pennies. $83. Wouldn't it be amazing to find one? I don't know how I'd react. Now I'm having me a cup of peppermint hot cocoa. Looky, this is the 14th row in the second half, and there's wheat penny number 10, 1938, Philadelphia. Fabulous. 1938. Cool. And there's an 83. Zinc. That was a gnarly. Plus I got 12 coppers in that row as well as the wheat. This is the 15th row, and there's number 11 wheat penny. How about that? 53D, number 11. It's after dark, so I'm just relying on this little light that I've got overhead. Well, I'll show you. This guy right here. Goodness. Looks like there was 3. This is the 16th roll in the second half, and I finally found my 5th Canadian, 1981. I like finding those two. 98% copper. Just 4 rolls to go after this one, and here is wheat penny number 12, 1951. A little bit beat up. 12 wheat pennies. Oh, I need to report too on copper. It's down a little bit. I guess the economy had signs of bad things going on the last couple weeks, and copper's down a little. It is just under 2.5 cents value per penny, 2.48. A lot of 82s. I'll be counting those and let you know how many there are in a minute. Bunch of them. And now 3 rolls to go, and here's my 6th Canadian, 1965. I really do think that I have my 3 pounds. I could be disappointed, but I think I've got it. I think that says 81, but I better weigh it and make sure. It's copper. I have finished the box of pennies, gone through all of them. I got 12 wheat pennies and 5 Canadian. I got my dime. 4 2009s, that's the rainbow penny. 2 S pennies, 2 state pennies, Alaska and Wyoming. And I just kept one because it was just super, super nice. I'll put that in away with my others. I thought that looked really good. And also the 82s. There were 66 of them, and 49 of them were copper. Do you want to guess? 3.3 pounds of copper. So this was a really, really good box, in my opinion. I'm going to add some of them to this box over here and see if I feel good about 13. I'm going to do that right now, and I'll show you and I'll tell you what I think. Wow, I was really surprised. It held 15 pounds. I got them in there tight, but that's why I like it. And I got it all taped up real good. And I will put these away, and this is how I'm going to try storing them for this year. And see if it's possible to hit that 260 pounds this year. I'll have to go get more coins. I've got 2 boxes of halves with a box of pennies ordered every week on standing order. But I'll have to do more than that. I'll have to go to different banks and pick up a second box each week and see if I can actually do it.